And this is look, I said before, the big talented man will always beat the small talented.
However, the bout between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez is one of the most awaited in boxing. The two world champions have indicated interest in a bout that may define their respective eras. In particular, Crawford has demonstrated.
I'll be going for Bud. You know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but I definitely be going.
Even though Canelo has previously expressed no interest in receiving credit for such a victory, he has recently demonstrated a greater willingness to entertain serious offers, with both fighters pursuing well-known opponents and no major bouts planned. I'm not sure if he will win or lose, but I'm positive. The likelihood that this fight will take place in 2025 has considerably increased. Despite his complicated relationship with Canelo Alvarez, Oscar de la Hoya has expressed his thoughts about a potential fight between the Mexican superstar and Terence Crawford. Finally, Oscar says that he wants to fight Canelo.
Terence Crawford says he wants to fight Canelo. He's changed his tune. He said he's willing to move up through weight divisions. To me, that's kind of crazy, but that just shows you, like, man, the dog that's in Terence Crawford. If
maintains that his forecasts about any future conflict involving Canelo are objective. Oscar de la Hoya has a bold prediction about how this fictitious fight may turn out. The former world champion thinks Canelo, with his stature and strength, would clearly outperform Crawford at 154. When facing a beast in the ring, Crawford didn't appear very threatening, so picture Canelo being. It's practically a no-go since the bigger man is a beast. Come on, there have never been any instances in the history of the sport where a good, smaller person has defeated a good, bigger guy. De la Hoya instructed Hub TV to fight Crawford, who is known for his technical skill and striking force, would have a difficult time defeating Canelo at his own weight. Terence Crawford will always defeat Canelo because, according to certain
Terence Crawford will beat Canelo anytime. Anytime.
Compete with Canelo. Their height and power differences might be the deciding factor. The likelihood of an agreement will depend on a number of circumstances, such as contract talks and strategic choices made by both organizations, as fighters already have obligations. Not many. The only boxer to spar with both Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez inside a professional ring was Khan, who lost to the two via knockout and has previously revealed his opinions on what a Crawford vs Canelo bout may entail. How do I feel about the fight? I believe that, well, everyone knows that Cord has the abilities. It will be a tall challenge for me because I do believe that Canelo is.
What do I think of that fight?
Yeah.
I think that, everybody knows that Crawford got the skills. I do think that Canelo's a little big for Crawford.
For 2021, after sparring both Bud and Canelo, has now shared his thoughts on how he believes the dream clash may play out. Davis stated to Mill City Boxing that he believes Crawford would face tremendous difficulty and that he would support Alvarez to win. You won't harm Canelo since he is a huge man and can withstand a lot of punches. Crawford can't harm him with one, in my opinion. Punch it will be difficult because he needs to put on some flesh on gloves and go to the body, so it will be difficult to win based just on size. He might possibly cut his eye or something else, or he might be bothered by his body. Canelo has techniques and traps that
It'll be a lot to get that victory based on, size alone. Not that size wins fights, but you got a guy that got size and skill. And we'll be able.
David Benavidez has expressed his thoughts on a potential matchup between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. I mean, Clash Crawford is putting his all into wanting to fight Canelo at 168. I don't want to see Crawford fight Canelo because, to be honest, Bud moved up to the 154 PBS category for his last fight and defeated Israel Madrio via decision. He now holds the WBO interim super.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's a money fight. You know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo beyond.
Praised Crawford's technique but questioned whether his strength translates to higher weight classes. Bud would need to move up 2 more weight categories to take on Canelo, though, as he is one of the greatest fighters of the modern era and defeated Edgar Berlanga at super middleweight in his most recent fight. Benavidez stated in a recent interview, "To be honest with you, that I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight, it would be a great fight, but I just feel like I deserve my chance and I'm going for this fight." What more will you say? Crawford, who attended 154, is among the most technically proficient fighters I have ever seen. He appeared to lack the strength he possessed at 100.
Canelo, to be honest with you, but it would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and and after this fight, what else are you gonna say?
I would give Canelo to compete against Canelo and super middleweight. Edge Benavidez must considerably increase his weight because he has spent the most of his career at 147 pounds. In contrast, Benavidez has long been seen as a boxer who may pose a threat to Canelo inside the squared circle. However, a dream confrontation between the two Mexicans hasn't yet come to pass. You understand what I mean? It should be a simple decision. If I can't get those bouts, I'll go up and fight Bull, or I'll go try to. I know that the top WB and the top people rated in the WC are fighting each other, so it's a tough battle.
You know what I mean? This is a tough fight. You know, the top WB, the top people ranked at the WC are fighting each other. So I mean, it shouldn't be. It should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, I set my conquest on 175.
Up 2 weight classes to face Canelo would be a monumental challenge. Crawford, who is widely considered the best pound-for-pound boxer in the world, has publicly stated his desire to face the Mexican super middleweight champion after his convincing victory over Errol Spence Jr. The path to this historic fight will not be simple. Demetrius Andrade. I love Crawford because he's a good friend and we've been traveling the world together through the amateur program. However, a former super middleweight world champion involved in this highly anticipated matchup is just too much overall. Is that kind of the same thing with Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes and the weight between them?
Just too much overall. Like, is that kind of the same thing with the Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes, the weight between them?
Yeah, I believe so.
While acknowledging Terence Crawford's tremendous talent and technique, Andrade, who was formerly associated with a bout with Canelo, stated in an interview with Bout Hub TV that he thinks Canelo has a major advantage because of his height and experience in higher weight classes. Canelo is capable of controlling the whole evening. I believe Crawford is capable, but it will be difficult since Canelo is able to move and is not a robot when it comes to stopping Saul's strong blows and getting shots himself. I adore Prophet, he's a great buddy, and we reach out to each other when we tour the world together via the amateur program, Andrade stated. I don't think Crawford can defeat Canelo. He's seen me beating people, and I witnessed him beating people.
I love Crawford. He's a good friend. We reach out to each other. We've traveled the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both.
Thoughts on a highly anticipated POS matchup between Terence Crawford, who is considered to be among the best in the sport today, and Canelo Alvarez, who is a very good boxer. Crawford wanted to fight 3 divisions up. Canelo, fantastic concept, horrible idea. I don't recall Terence Crawford's welterweight size. If he's large, he might be mine. I do recall that one of the first things I learned at the boxing gym was to respect weight classes.
But wanting to fight Canelo 3 divisions up, good idea, bad idea?
I don't remember sizes of Terence Crawford.
Welterweight.
If he big, actually.
Maybe he's probably...
Bonded, I can imagine it. This shows how much Bivol respects Crawford's skills even though he must contend with a naturally bigger opponent. Bivol also stated that Crawford's ring intelligence might give him an advantage over Canelo. Crawford has more boxing IQ than most fighters in the world right now, in my opinion. I was among the first people to visit the boxing gym. Lesson I should take away: you understand what it means when you say that you should respect weight classifications. But Terence Crawford is now one of my favorite Hall of Famer, and ESPN boxing commentator Timothy Bradley Jr. supports Crawford in a fight against Saul Canelo Alvarez. Bradley used his YouTube channel to pitch for Crawford, and everyone couldn't stop talking.
To the boxing gym, one of the first lessons which I should learn, it's like you should respect weight classes. What it means. But Terence Crawford now is my...
When the hell was the last time Canelo knocked someone out? It's been a long time since Alvarez last scored a victory.